It was a breezy autumn evening in Kansas City, and the Chiefs had just claimed victory at Arrowhead Stadium. Travis Kelce, still buzzing from the game, was walking out of the locker room when he saw Taylor waiting for him, her face glowing in the soft stadium lights. "Great game," she grinned, wrapping her arms around him in a warm hug. Travis hugged her back, but he sensed there was something she wanted to say. The playful spark in her eyes seemed a little more intense than usual. They drove back to Travis's place, where they found themselves sitting on his balcony, enjoying the view of the city skyline. Travis noticed that Taylor seemed uncharacteristically quiet, her fingers fidgeting with the edge of her sweater. Finally, she turned to him, her eyes bright with a mix of nerves and excitement. "Travis," she began softly, "I've been thinking about us, about this." She gestured to the two of them. "And I have a request." Travis grinned, assuming she was about to say something lighthearted, maybe ask him to dress up as a backup dancer for Halloween or to sing karaoke to one of her songs. But her expression made him pause. This was serious. "I know this might sound wild, but," she continued, hesitating for a heartbeat. "How would you feel about doing something that shows the world we're serious about each other?" Travis felt his heart skip a beat. "What do you mean?" he asked, his voice barely a whisper. Taylor took a deep breath. "I want us to get married, this weekend. Just the two of us. No big media, no fanfare, no pressure. Just us." Travis was speechless. His jaw dropped, and he found himself blinking in disbelief. Here was Taylor Swift, the woman he'd been dating for a few whirlwind months, asking him to elope in a simple, private ceremony. And it was everything he hadn't expected. Are you serious?" he stammered. Taylor smiled, a gentle blush coloring her cheeks. "I know it sounds crazy, but I feel like I've finally found someone who sees me, not as Taylor Swift, but just Taylor. I don't want this to be another headline. I just want it to be real." Travis took a deep breath, searching her eyes, and realized she was dead serious. He thought about all they'd been through together in such a short time and how, despite the media circus, they'd managed to carve out something special. Something real. After a long pause, a grin spread across his face. "Well then, let's do it." The next weekend, on a quiet cliffside with just the ocean as their witness, they exchanged vows in a simple, heartfelt ceremony. No flashing cameras, no screaming fans, just them, lost in a love that was as real as it was unexpected. Title: A Heartfelt Proposal. Travis Kelce sat on the plush couch in his Kansas City apartment, the late afternoon sun casting warm rays through the large windows. He'd just returned from a grueling practice session with the Chiefs and was ready to unwind. Yet, his mind was far from at ease. His whirlwind romance with Taylor Swift had made headlines for weeks, sparking a media frenzy that he could hardly keep up with. The tabloids speculated about their every move, their every word. He was used to pressure on the field, but this was a different game entirely. His phone buzzed incessantly on the coffee table, and he reached for it, his heart racing when he saw Taylor's name flash on the screen. He picked up the call, trying to mask his excitement. "Hey, Tay, what's up? Hey, Travis, are you free to talk?" Her voice was sweet, but he could sense a tinge of seriousness. "Of course. What's on your mind?" He leaned back, intrigued. "Okay, so, I've been thinking a lot about us." There was a pause, and Travis could hear the faint sound of her guitar strumming in the background. "And I have a bit of a surprise." His heart skipped a beat. "A surprise? For me?" "Yeah, I'm in town this weekend for a concert, and I was hoping you could come with me to the after party." Travis felt a mix of thrill and apprehension. "I'd love to, but you know how crazy things get with the media and all." "Are you sure it's a good idea?" "It's part of the surprise," she said, her tone light but with an underlying seriousness. "I want you to meet my family." Travis blinked, momentarily speechless. He knew Taylor was close with her family, but this was a level he hadn't anticipated. "Wait, you mean your parents?" "Yeah, and my brother, too," she said, her voice bubbling with excitement. "I want them to get to know you, and I want you to be a part of my world." Travis's mind raced. Meeting her family, that was a significant step. He was ready to embrace their relationship, but this felt monumental. "Wow, that's a big deal, Tay. Are you sure you're ready for that?" "Travis, I am. I really like you. I want to see where this goes." Her words were earnest, each syllable wrapping around his heart. He could feel the weight of her request settling in. I'm flattered, honestly. I'm a little nervous, but I'd be honored. Great. Just be yourself, and I know they'll love you, she reassured him. Travis couldn't shake the feeling of disbelief. This is surreal. I mean, one minute I'm focused on football, and the next, I'm getting an invitation to meet Taylor Swift's family. Taylor laughed, the sound lighting up his world. Well, you're more than just a football player to me. You're Travis. And I want my family to know you for who you really are. Okay, count me in. I'll be there, he replied, a smile spreading across his face. The nervous energy transformed into something more, a mixture of excitement and joy. Perfect. Can't wait to see you, she said, her voice bubbling with enthusiasm. After they hung up, Travis sat in silence, the weight of her request sinking in. Meeting her family was more than just a casual introduction, it was a leap into a deeper commitment. He was ready to take that leap, but he couldn't shake the feeling that this moment was the beginning of something extraordinary. That weekend, as Travis walked into the venue where Taylor's concert was held, his heart raced. The lights were dimmed, and the crowd's energy was electric. He spotted Taylor on stage, radiating confidence and joy. The way she sang and connected with her audience left him utterly mesmerized. But as her eyes found him in the crowd, everything else faded away. Travis Kelce stood backstage at a packed arena, the roar of the crowd still echoing in his ears. He had just come off the field after a decisive victory, his heart still racing from the adrenaline. But tonight, his mind was elsewhere. It was the night he would see Taylor Swift again, and he was more excited than he'd ever admit. They had been dating for a few months, and while the whirlwind romance had caught the attention of fans and media alike, it was their genuine connection that truly thrilled him. They shared countless late-night conversations, playful banter, and inside jokes that made Travis feel like the luckiest guy in the world. As he made his way to the green room, he spotted Taylor standing there, chatting with some crew members. She looked radiant, her blonde hair cascading in loose waves, her smile lighting up the dimly lit room. Travis felt his heart skip a beat. Hey, superstar, he said, walking up to her. Hey, you, Taylor replied, her eyes sparkling. I saw your touchdown today. You were amazing out there. Thanks. Just trying to keep up with you, he joked, leaning in for a quick kiss. They spent a few moments catching up, the conversation flowing easily. However, as they settled on the plush couch, Travis sensed a shift in the air. Taylor's expression turned serious, her brow furrowing slightly. Travis, she began, her voice steady but with an undercurrent of nervousness, there's something I need to talk to you about. Travis's heart raced, a mix of excitement and dread. Sure, what's up? Taking a deep breath, Taylor leaned in closer. You know how I'm always on tour and you're always busy with football. It's been amazing, but I want us to be more serious about this. I want to make this work. Travis blinked, feeling a rush of emotions. I do too. I really care about you, Taylor. But she wasn't finished. I've been thinking about our lives and how crazy they are. I want to know if you'd be open to moving to Nashville. Travis felt the room spin slightly. Nashville, he repeated, his voice almost a whisper. He had expected a lot of things from Taylor. Surprise concert tickets, spontaneous trips, maybe even a duet, but this was beyond anything he had imagined. Yes, I know it sounds sudden, but I love it there. The music scene, the vibe, it feels like home to me. And I want you to be a part of it. We could have a place together, and it would be our space. Just think about it. Travis opened his mouth, searching for words, but nothing came. His mind raced with thoughts of his career, his life in Kansas City, and the challenges of such a big move. He couldn't help but picture a life with Taylor, waking up in Nashville, enjoying Sunday mornings together, and supporting each other through their demanding careers. But the reality hit him like a tackle on the field. I don't know, Tay. That's a huge change. I love what I have going here. Her eyes softened, and she reached for his hand. I understand. I really do. But think about what we could create together. It doesn't have to be forever. We could just try it out. I want us to have a future, Travis. Travis felt utterly speechless. He looked at Taylor, who was now biting her lip, her expression hopeful yet vulnerable. He never expected this kind of request from her. He wanted to be the man she envisioned in her future, but the thought of uprooting everything he knew was daunting. After what felt like an eternity, he finally managed to say, "I'll think about it." Taylor smiled, a hint of relief washing over her. "That's all I ask. Just promise me you'll really consider it. I want this to be real." Travis nodded, still in a daze. As they talked more about their dreams and fears, he couldn't shake the feeling that his life was about to change in a way he never saw coming.